me get the mic. Honey, I got something to say. Ooh, I like that. Can you turn that up for me? No, like, it's Myj. But you know, Myj for short. Ask Myj.
What's up? What's up? It's your girl Myj, and we are back with another episode of Ask Myj The Podcast, where I am spilling all the real tea. Y'all, it is the season finale. Oh my gosh, this is the last time you will be hearing a new episode of Ask Myj The Podcast for a little while, not for forever, but temporarily. For this season, as I prepare for a new and much better season, a new and improved season. Y'all, I got cute for this, okay? If you're not watching YouTube, I suggest you do, okay? Got my little earrings, okay? Did my little makeup, got a little lash, okay? But yes, this is so special for me, and I hope that it is special for you. And not just that this is the season finale, but for those of you who don't know, this Friday, January 29th, is the 1-year anniversary of Ask Myj The Podcast. Like, can you believe that? I launched this podcast a year ago on Friday. Like, I can't believe it. Like, I can't believe this is a year. I can't believe that this is the season finale. But you know what? Even with, you know, just the sadness, I guess, that I am kind of experiencing, considering, you know, I'm ending the season for now. I'm also extremely happy and extremely excited for you all to see what's in store. Not just for you all, but I'm excited to see what's in store. And I'm working on some planning and some rebranding. And doing some amazing things with the podcast. You know, when I started the podcast, I knew I wanted to bring joy to the lives of those that listen to my podcast. I wanted to inspire. I wanted to empower. I wanted to motivate. And so even through all the reviews, through the ratings, through the emails, through the personal text messages, you know, of feedback that you guys have given me, I know that I've done that. You know, I've succeeded at that. But I also know that there's always room for improvement. And, you know, I really want to stick to that goal of, you know, of inspiring you and motivating you and really figuring out how I can bring value to your life through my platform, through my voice, through my platform. And so that's what this break is going to be about for me, is planning, you know, strategizing, doing some branding work, and really getting into the center, the focus, the meat, of how I can really provide value to your life, through my voice and through my platform. And so that's what I'll be working on. So again, I'm so excited for, you know, what's in store. I'm excited for you all to see what's in store. And, you know, this has just been such an incredible journey. Like, oh my gosh. And I think a lot of y'all, I'm not going to get emotional, but this is an extremely emotional and just proud moment for me. Not just because of what I accomplished, but because I've had you all that have been rocking with me, right? That have been sticking with me through this journey, who believe in me, who love my content, who engage with my content. Like, that means so much, because as a creator, you know, I can create the content, but it's up to you to consume that content, right? And don't get me wrong, you know, I'm doing this because, you know, this is what I love to do, you know, and this is what makes me happy. But I also want to inspire people I also want to inspire people and be able to do what makes me happy while also inspiring people, if that makes sense. And so again, this has been an incredible journey. And I got some special guests for y'all in a second. I have a really, really, really cute surprise for you all. So I hope that you stay tuned for the entire episode. But I'm just trying to give my spiel, and then we'll get to that in a second, because this is just such an amazing moment for me. Just that I'm ending this season, and I Friday marks the year that I've been podcasting. But when I think about and I just reflect over this year, I think the biggest thing or the thing that I love most about Ask Myj The Podcast is the opportunity to learn and the opportunity to grow, right? Like, my goal is always, of course, to be able to do what makes me happy, but also to inspire others in doing what makes me happy. But in that, this has been such a, if I can be honest and candid, this has been a trial and error experience for me. I keep getting lipstick on my teeth. I know y'all, if y'all watching YouTube, you keep seeing me look at myself on the camera. That's why. Dang, I done lost my train of thought because I keep getting lipstick on my teeth. What I was saying, though, is that, this experience has been, a trial and error for me. I've literally been, I'm a planner, right? Like, I am an organizer, and I've planned a lot. I've organized a lot. But I've learned that things don't always go as planned, right? And you have to adjust. You have to pivot. And you kind of have to go with the flow even, after you've planned things. And that's one thing that I'm learning, that this has been, a trial and error. I'm going with the flow, but also planning at the same time. I'm letting things happen. I've learned so much about myself, through this podcast. I've learned so much about how I can help other people. I've learned so much about, the digital space, the podcasting space, and I've learned so much about you all, and what you like. And this has just been an incredible learning experience. In how I can continue to do what makes me happy, and in how I can continue to inspire you all in a much better way, in a much stronger way, in a much more valuable way. And so I'm just so proud. I'm so overwhelmed with joy. I still haven't figured out how I'm going to celebrate, because I'm just overwhelmed with emotion. And, I had this past weekend, I had something really traumatic happen to me. And it set me back for some things that, I wanted to do with the podcast. So I took a day to really just, take it all in, soak it all in, and deal with what I was going through. But I just refused to let that steal my joy and take this moment away from me, even though things didn't, pan out the way I wanted them to. And, because I had so many plans, and they're still going to come to pass. But again, you got to pivot, you got to adjust. And so I am just so grateful that I made it this far. I'm so grateful that I've, stuck it out. I've seen it through to 1 year of podcasting. And I'm so grateful that this has been, a learning experience, and a growing experience. And that I just didn't give up, because I know that a lot of you all are counting, on me. A lot of you all are, looking forward to this content. And, that's why I don't stop. One, because this is what I love to do. This is what makes me happy. And because I have a world to inspire. I have a world to change. And that's what really keeps me going. And so that's why I'm so pumped to continue to learn and continue to grow. And again, like I said, even when things don't go my way, I'm so excited that, I've learned to pivot, and I've learned to adjust and to just keep going, So anyway, I say all that to say that's my spiel. And, that was straight off the dome. I thought about all week whether or not I should, write something down or, script something. But I really wanted it to come from the heart. Because like I said, I'm so overwhelmed with emotions. I honestly just cannot believe it. I can't believe it. I'm so just proud that I made it here. And before I get into the Myj moment, I just want to encourage anybody who's, in that weird space where, you don't know whether you should keep going, or you don't know, how things are going to pan out, or you feel like things never go as planned, just keep going, see it through, keep going, do not give up. And I know that's so cliche, but it's so real. And I feel like I am a living testament of that. Like, do not give up, keep going, see it through, and it will be so worth it in the end. So I say all that to say, let me get into the Myj moment, and then I want to share my special surprise or my special guest that I have today. Myj moment of the day, of the whole year, for the week, for the hour, however long you need it, is never stop learning and you'll never stop growing. And so, like I said, I think that just comes from, just how I feel about making it this far, with my podcast and coming this far. And I've had so many ups and downs, but without those downs, there are no ups, right? Without those downs, there are no successes. And so I cherish every experience, negative, positive, ups, downs, because they have truly helped me to evolve as a person, evolve as a content creator, evolve as a podcaster, evolve as a woman, all of those good things. And so because I feel like I've been resilient and I refused to give up, and I kept on with my consistency, and I kept going, I've been able to continue to learn and continue to grow. Those have been, all of the ups, all of the downs, all of the negatives, all of the positives have been learning experiences for me. And because of those learning experiences, I've been on this constant path of growth. And so, I encourage you, if you never stop learning, you'll never stop growing. So on those days, where you want to give up, or it's hard, you don't feel like it, remember your why, and when things happen, when things don't go as planned, instead of, looking at it as like, why did this not go as planned, or, why did this happen this way? Think about it as, what lesson am I supposed to get out of this? What am I supposed to learn from this experience? And I promise you, honey, your world will change, your mindset will change, your situation will change. So again, Myj moment, never stop learning and you'll never stop growing. So that's enough of the sentiments before I start crying. But like I said, I'll be making some changes and evolving and doing some major things. So please, as the season ends, keep up with the changes. Follow us at Ask Myj The Podcast on Instagram and Ask Myj The Podcast on Facebook. Twitter is at Ask Myj The Pod. My personal Instagram is at Ask Myj _ oh child, I cannot talk today. At Ask Myj __. That's on all platforms. Ask Myj __ to keep up with the updates. So now for my surprise guest. If you have not figured it out, you are my surprise guest. So I did a little digging, a little researching, and I asked some of my listeners what they love most about Ask Myj The Podcast. And, I did that only for one, because I really wanted you all to take over this episode. And I wanted to hear from you, because you all are so, so, so important to me. So let me say this. If I've reached out to you and you made a video, first, thank you. Secondly, let you in on a little secret. I have not listened to any of the videos. So when you all are listening to the podcast, that will also be my first time listening to everything that everyone has to say. And I'm sure I'll be bawling my eyes out tomorrow listening to all of your videos. But I wanted to kind of look at this or create this as a takeover, because I really wanted to hear from you all. Because, in essence, like I said, I'm doing what I love to do, but it's also about you all, and about what you love about the podcast. And so I did some research and I asked some folks, what they love about the podcast, and I got a lot of responses. So, I don't know, without further ado, let's hear what you all have to say.
What I love about Ask Myj The Podcast is it's current, it's inspirational, it's funny, and shout out to her for letting us get the mic this time. Thank you for being you and just bring that good vibe every Wednesday. We look forward to it. We appreciate you for doing you. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Tiana Linnell, and what I love about Ask Myj The Podcast is that Ms. Myj She always keeps it real. I can always count on her to make me laugh, and she is forever serving gems. So happy anniversary, girl. I am so proud of you. Please never stop.
Hey Myja, congratulations on the anniversary of the podcast. So one of the reasons why I love the podcast so much is just because her energy is just so infectious. Like, I laugh throughout the whole thing, and also those Myja moments are always on time, okay?
Hey Queen, congratulations on 1 year. What I love most about Ask Myj The Podcast is your consistency. I always know when I'm going to get a new episode. I don't have to question it. So congratulations and keep it up.
What I love about Ask Myj The Podcast is her transparency. She lets us into her thoughts, into her world, and it's always real. The energy is always great. And so that's just a couple things that I just love about Ask Myj The Podcast.
Hello, my name is Helen Walker, and I watch Ask Myj The Podcast. What I really like about the show is her spirit and the excitement that she brings to every episode. She shares interviews of various upcoming entrepreneurs, so I get to learn about them. She also shares what she calls the real tea. Now, at my age, I don't always recognize what's in the real tea, but I like it anyway. And she also shares wisdom that she calls her Myj moments. All in all, I listen, I learn, and I love Ask Myj The Podcast.
Hey, what's up, Myj? Just wanted to say congratulations on the anniversary of the Ask Myj The Podcast. What I like most about the podcast is that you always so full of energy and zeal. And I like to use it as my, midweek pickup, When you're tired, I take that energy, I harness it, and, I just apply it throughout my day. So, I love what you're doing, keep doing what you're doing, and we really appreciate you.
There are multiple things that I enjoy about Ask Myj The Podcast, with Myja's warm and energetic personality, as well as her authenticity, transparency, and even determination, throughout each episode shows that, there is a lot of focus on these taboo topics that are very much needed in our community. I'm so happy that Myja was able to create this type of platform to have these type of conversations, especially with people, that are able to share, their experiences and their perspectives on these topics. So I'm truly grateful for Myja and her being able to create this opportunity for us. And thank you so much for, just always being you and, having this platform for us to be able to share our voice in a positive light and create awareness. So congratulations on your anniversary for Ask Myj The Podcast, and wish you the best of luck in the future.
What I love about Ask Myj The Podcast is that my girl Myj be serving everything from the looks all the way down to the tea. You just give everything from the gossip to what's going on in entertainment to real life issues to empower other Black women. That's what we love to see. She is the new generation Wendy Williams. Gotta give it up for her. I'm telling you, that's what I love about this podcast, and I wish you nothing but success.
One thing I love about Ask Myj is how quick she is at the turnaround. It's like really wild. Like 1 minute we hear about something in pop culture, and the next minute it's on a whole episode on Ask Myj, and it's like you get to add perspective to your life and the things that you're doing and what you think about the situation. That Tory Lane and Meg Thee Stallion situation this summer was wild. And as soon as I got to hear from Myj, Ask Myj, I was like more clear about what was going on. So that was good.
Hey y'all, it's Asha Elaine, host of Wine About It, the podcast, and I'm here to tell you why I love Ask Myj The Podcast. First of all, Myj is popping, period. So we're going to start there. But second of all, she makes me feel seen, makes me feel included, and she's got all the hottest topics. It's a good time. It feels like I'm having a conversation with her every time, even when I'm listening to the podcast anywhere. And I've been on the podcast, so of course I love it. You should check it out wherever you get your podcast at. Support Ask Myj The Podcast, because why wouldn't you? Period.
Happy anniversary to Ask Myj The Podcast. King Roster in the building. Appreciate you having me on the show. And, about the show, I just love the consistency. You've been grinding. The content's been good. Just keep it coming. stay true to you. I love what you're doing. King Roster salutes.
Hi, this is Quentin Battle, pastor of Destiny Reachers DMV, and I want to give a special shout out to Myj and the Ask Myj Podcast. Oh my God, listen, every Wednesday I look forward to the podcast, from the intro music to the events and affairs that are discussed every week. I mean, it's just such cutting edge material and perspectives, and I want to tell you, Myj, keep moving forward with the Ask Myj podcast, because the world needs Ask Myj podcast.
What's going on, guys? My name is Jamal Rakesh Averett, actor and motivational speaker. And what I love about the Ask Myj podcast, there's so much to say, but I will have to say is the storylines. Coming from a small town in North Carolina, I believe that there's so much power in telling our stories and what our downfalls, our good days, our bad days, our obstacles. So hearing about their livelihood and like things they had to overcome and got them to where they are today is so special and it's so important. So thank you so much for this amazing platform, Myj. Keep pouring out the love. Keep doing your thing. Your platform has changed my life. So check it out.
Ask Myj The Podcast is the best thing to come out of 2020, hands down. Myj is that friend for everyone where you can go and talk to her and she is going to keep it real with you. She is going to, give you very sound advice. And I love that she has created a platform, including other people talking about influential topics that affect pretty much all of us. So congratulations on 1 year, Myj. I'm so happy for you and I love you. Here's to another year.
Look, let me tell you, if you're looking for a podcast that tackles relationships, life, career, you name it, for millennial Black women, Ask Myj The Podcast is the podcast for you. I love Myj's podcast, Ask Myj, because it's raw, it's genuine, like, it's so relatable, and she's empowering. Have you heard her voice? Like, sis goes off, okay? Ask Myj The Podcast is so lit. And if you have not tuned in already, make sure you tune in every Wednesday, because Myj will have you at the edge of your seat waiting for the next episode. Look, tell a friend to tell a friend. Holla at my girl Myj every Wednesday. Tune in. Ask Myj The Podcast. Love you, girl.
So what I like about Myj's podcast is the realness and the authentics of her talking about, the realness of it, her opinions on it. She's not going to sugarcoat it at all. She's going to say how she is. That's what I like about it.
I love how transparent and how relatable the podcast is. I love the diversity with the guests and the topics. I also love how Myj always highlights and puts a spotlight on Black businesses and beautiful Black women, always encouraging them and giving them a platform just to tell their story. So Myj, happy 1st anniversary. We love and support everything that you're doing, and to 100 more years.
What I like most about Ask Myj The Podcast is how real and honest the conversations are. In her podcast, she gives it to you raw and unedited, and it's real things that we're going through as Black millennial women. Thank you, Myj, for offering a space that allows us to be heard, to go out into the world and do our purpose. I love the podcast. Keep going.
I love most about the Ask Myj podcast has to be her transparency. I love knowing that I'm going to get the truth and nothing but the truth anytime I listen to her. And I think it's refreshing to see someone who looks like you and talks like you really stand for what they believe.
So what I like most about Ask Myj The Podcast, honestly, is its realness, the vibe. I really dig the vibe, the conversations. The things that Myj talks about are relatable, and even just hearing other people's experiences and hearing other people's advice or like how they dealt with certain things, or even just when Myj talks about what's going on in culture and going on in the news. It's just a space that it gives off good energy, and it's something for me that when I listen, it's like, it gives me a sense of something throughout the day. It's like, okay, cool. At least there's one person who understands what I deal with, or at least there's one person who like I feel as though I connect with. And those are some of the reasons why I continue to listen.
Well,
What's up, y'all? I'm Khadijah Harvin, and on Wednesdays, I listen to the Ask Myj podcast. I listen to that podcast because it's so real, so organic, and so authentic. She gives a platform for young Black-owned businesses that she highlights for them to share their goals, dreams, and their inspirations. Myja, I am so proud of you. I love you. Keep going. We are rooting for you, and remember, you have a whole tribe behind you, girl. Happy anniversary, and many more seasons to come.
What's going on, Myj The Podcast? This is DC9 Event. Nels, we just want to say thank you so much for having us a part of your platform. We love everything that you all are doing at Ask Myj The Podcast. The energy, the informative information that you all have been sharing to the community, to your network, and just being able to give creative entrepreneurs, small business owners such as us to come on to share what we're bringing to the community and just overall the value for Ask Myj. Once again, congratulations on one of the most transformative podcasts in the DMV. Continue doing what you're doing. We love you. We got mad support for you. And yeah, let's make things shake for 2021. Peace.
Hello, I'm Emmanuel Beatty. I'm a proud listener and supporter of Ask Myj The Podcast. Today, I just want to say congratulations to Myja for a year anniversary. It's been a wonderful experience just to watch you do your thing and just to see this all unfold. So my top 3 things about Ask Myj that I love. Number 1 are the topics. With Ask Myj, it's always going to be a topic out of the blue. It's always going to be something that you can share with family, friends, and even coworkers, just to drive that conversation a little further. Number 2 would be how current it is. Myj is always going to throw a current event, mainstream media, politics, or just something that's happening currently in society into that conversation, just to make it that much more real. The last one is relationship, which is my favorite. Myja always takes the time to connect with her listeners, even off the platform, whether that's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. She just makes us know that she cares and to look forward to that next episode. So I love those 3 things. Keep doing what you're doing, and congratulations again on this year anniversary. And remember, on Wednesday, we listen to Ask Myj The Podcast.
So why do I love Ask Myj The Podcast? Well, after each episode, I always feel very motivated and inspired. Whether it's from the Myj moments, the guest speakers, or even Shine Black Girl Shine, I come away with a wealth of knowledge. I just want to say congratulations, Myja, on an amazing first year, and I can't wait to see what you have in store for this upcoming year.
What's up, y'all? It's Tyleek. What I love about Ask Myj The Podcast is that her conversations aren't one-dimensional. A lot of times with podcasts, you can already assume what the next episode or what they're going to talk about. But with Myj, one episode she could be talking about politics, the next could be fashion or culture. And so she reaches a different audience every single time. And I love that she's able to be diverse, that she's able to tap into different sectors. And I think that's what makes her special. So that's what I love about it.
Okay, so I'm going to make this quick because y'all not finna make me cry because I'm a gangster. But from the bottom of my heart, oh my gosh, thank you. There are not enough words to describe how grateful I am, how appreciative I am, how much I love y'all. For supporting me, for rocking with me, for sticking with me throughout this journey, for believing in me. And it's so easy, to get caught up in either negativity, whether it be negative feedback, negative comments, or just the fact that, the analytics don't look the way I want, or, I don't have as many followers as I envisioned, or as many listeners or subscribers as I envision. But what I always try to remind myself is it's about the impact. It is all about the impact. So please understand, when y'all leave reviews, when you text me, when you email me and you say, Myja, that's such and such, when y'all put stories on your Instagram and you say, Myj, that's such and such Myj moment, or that part where you said such and such and such, or this particular episode made me cry, or it inspired me, to keep going, it motivated me to do such and such and such. That is my why. That is why I keep going. That's why I haven't given up, because I know there are people, for one, that are counting on me, and I know that I am inspiring you. And I'm so thankful. I am so thankful. I don't care if I get 100 negative comments. If I get 5 positive comments, 5 people, 1 person to say that I inspired them, I know that I did my job. 1 person to say that I motivated them to do something greater with their life. 1 person to say that, they were ready to give up and listening to my podcast, made them want to keep going. 1 person to say I was feeling down today and listening to your podcast made me laugh or bring me joy. That's all I need. I know that my goal, my purpose is fulfilled. Honey, forget the negativity. The positive is all that matters to me. The fact that I can inspire 1 person. So for those of you who have supported me, who have stuck just with me through this journey, who have been rocking with me, who believe in me, who engage with my content, who like my stuff, who repost, who are inspired by anything that I've ever said or posted. Thank you. You don't understand how much your continued support and love means to me. You don't know. Oh my gosh. I thank y'all so much. I'm so overwhelmed with joy, with emotion. I'm so grateful. And it's one of those things where, starting my podcast, this was a passion project for me, just doing it because, this is what makes me happy. And to see, the impact that it has, and to know, all these people have been inspired, and to hear what you love about the podcast, I'm overwhelmed. I am overwhelmed. And I thank y'all so much. I thank y'all. I can say that 1,000 times because I am so appreciative. Yeah, so grateful. So freaking grateful. And of course I just thank God for giving me this vision. Thank God who's the head of my life. Praise the Lord. Just for giving me this vision and giving me a platform to be able to inspire other people. I love y'all so much. I'm so thankful. I'm so grateful. I'm so overwhelmed with emotion. Child, now I can go take my makeup off because, I love y'all. I thank y'all. I'm going to miss y'all so much. And I do have some other things coming your way. Not podcast episodes, but I do have some other things coming your way. So stay tuned. Like I said, make sure you follow us on all platforms so that you are up to date with all the updates. And things that I have coming down the pipeline. But again, I thank y'all so much. I'm going to miss y'all so much. I love you. And I'm around, child. So write me on Instagram. Y'all who got my number, please text me, shoot me an email, write me on Facebook. I'll be around doing some planning and organizing. And so I'll say hi to y'all if y'all don't say hi to me. And again, I love y'all so much. Thank you. And I guess this is see you later. I will catch y'all on the next season. Peace. Love y'all.
Get the mic. Honey, I got something to say. Ooh, I like that. Can you turn that up for me? No, it's Myja. But Myj for short. Ask Myj.